It's a new song because I got a copyright strike. Yeah, about half an hour ago, I was on my phone and got an email saying one of my live streams had been taken down. So I'm not in the best of moods, if I'm going to be totally honest, guys. Sorry for the negativity straight away, but yet I'm a bit peed off. I'm just a bit peed off because it was the people who basically the free to use music website, the ones that I've been using for every live stream. The top's a bit dirty, isn't it? Just for the intro and the outro music, that was all it was. And yeah, I got an email saying the whole live stream had been taken down. You've got a copyright strike on your YouTube, which as some of you might know, it's not really great to get a copyright strike, because if you get 3, then YouTube starts looking at things. And I obviously have emailed the guys at Free to Use and just said, listen, I've used your 2 different types of tracks on my intro and outro for many different live streams now, and obviously I don't know what I'm not really getting any reason apart from possibly it's for commercial use, which I don't get, because yeah, anyway, it is what it is. I can only really say, usually the free to use guys I've had to email a few times because I've left the attributes out on the description, so they're very good, they're very quick at saying no worries, there you go, you can monetize again. This time's a bit different because obviously there's a copyright strike, and what I've done is I've just taken all those attributes out, I've gone onto the YouTube library, and I've just stuck a I don't know, whatever track you can hear now or at the intro of the video. So I'm gonna do that. I'll probably won't bother using those original tracks. Bit of a shame because they weren't too bad, but there's no point, is there? There's absolutely no point in messing about with that kind of thing, because, well, I don't want any more strikes. The issue is obviously if they decide to start. I mean, I've got their tracks on other videos, so I'm really not too happy about this. Anyway, can't do much else now. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's okay. Shop Songs, Hair Hype, how's it going? Thank you so much, Andy, for coming in. I really appreciate it, mate. I'm a bit annoyed for that copyright strike. Not the best thing to get just before you come onto live stream, but thank you so much for coming in, mate. I really appreciate it. So what we're going to be doing on this live stream is a few more little live streams like this. I've got one on Thursday midday at Heathrow, because obviously midday is just to be a bit better for us to see the traffic in the daytime. Obviously right now we've got Atlanta. I don't know if is it the biggest airport in the world or the busiest. It's certainly going to be a step up from our Manchester traffic or RealTraffic live stream, and obviously even busier than Heathrow. But I thought while my license is still good on this subscription, I would get a live stream done for this, and one for Heathrow as well. Vader, I have altered terms of the deal. Pray I do not alter them. I mean, let's see what happens with it. I've just stuck a generic YouTube one on there for now. We'll see what happens with that. I hope Free to Use look at that and go, so sorry, this has been an AI automated thing. Atlantis is the busiest thing. It's silly busy at any rate. So I think one of you guys, it might even have been yourself, Jason, on our Manchester traffic stream, our little virtual plane spotting stream, I ask where I should go next. I think we got Orlando and somewhere else. I was going to do LAX, but I had a little fiddle about there. And Indy Builds LAX is... It's good, but while everything's in there and the traffic, it gets performance heavy. This is still quite performance heavy, but it runs a bit better. So we're going to do that. But yeah, stop me going on about this... YouTube strike. I hope the guys from Free to Use get in touch and say it's all you know, an AI or automated error. Fingers crossed, because I would like that video to go back, because that was the Manchester live stream. So anyway, let's get into this, guys. So on the screen you'll see a little mini flight radar. What I could really be doing with this is possibly getting this like vertical or something along the side of the screen, but I'll try and be a bit more methodical with clicking on various flights that I'm seeing, but I need to get flight radar back over to this screen. And oh no, I hate OBS when it does this. There we go. We'll get flight radar a bit smaller, just so we can see everything. So as I said last time on the Manchester live stream, this is a combination of applications. So straight off the bat, if you want the real-time traffic, or you want the real-time traffic including historic data with satellite tracking and stuff, it's all ADSB anyway. You will need to sign up to a subscription. Now I think the Pro is where you get the historic tracking. That's like 12 quid a month, maybe a bit more. The standard version, which just gives you the real-time tracking, is around £8 to £9 or something like that. I got the 24-day one, which basically gives me the option of, listen, you can continue to sign up, or you know, you can just leave it there and thank you for trying us out type thing. So it's kind of like a trial, but not a free trial. You know, it is a paid one, but it cost me about £6.50, £7. So I thought, let's get some live streams done with it. Funny enough, obviously, again, mention about the YouTube copyright strike, and I don't know whether it's to do with it not liking the automation, because I don't know if a person has actually taken this off and saw it and thought, well, he's making commercial. I don't know. I'm monetizing me videos anyway, but maybe something about this particular plane spotting thing they didn't like. Maybe the title flagged up. Anyway, I don't know, but it hasn't happened on any of my other ones, and Manchester Airport was the first one I kind of did it with. So anyway, I'm just trying to think of things off the top of my head, really. But yes, you will need RealTraffic to get that real-time traffic, and then a program called PSXT, which runs alongside very, very seamlessly with RealTraffic. And then for your models, you're going to need something like Just Flight models, which obviously is paid. But you've also got iCUE and FSLTL, which are free. If you're interested in all this, I would use the money-saving option and just go with FSLTL or iCUE, so you can just pay for your real-time subscription. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually get PSXT running. It's not now. I'm also going to get... it's on real time, so it's about 2:30 apparently, or yeah, 2:30, and then I'm gonna put live weather on as well, which according to live weather right now, it's a lovely sunny day in Atlanta. You'll start hearing the various noises coming through. That is the traffic being ejected. It's what happens. A few little anomalies here and there. Now, if you did tune in for the Manchester one, you would know that this isn't perfect, okay? The only one good thing I've taken from this particular traffic program is that you don't get any silly low-flying aircraft suddenly just buzzing the control tower from somewhere. You do get some things where the aircraft will kind of move a bit weirdly across taxiing when they're turning a corner. Sometimes aircraft do disappear. And then also as well, what we found in the Manchester streamers, the PSXT can just disconnect all of a sudden. But apart from that, you are going to see pretty much live traffic as it appears on Flight Radar 24. Again, for me personally, if you'd like to see this working on your own system, I would go for the 24-day trial, because it's really going to be on a user-based thing. You know, as someone said in the comments somewhere, possibly on YouTube or on social media, not really going to be something for like your beyond ATC or your say intentions kind of traffic system. You know, this isn't really going to take into account any VATSIM stuff or anything like that, so keep that in mind. Also, what I am going to do is, I think right now you would have seen the Delta just take off there. That is, I think, the A321 going to Denver, and the movement of the aircraft as well. They're not amazing, especially on the especially fast speed. Slower speed taxiing and stuff, absolutely fine. I also think we're on the other side of the airport as well, so what we'll do is we'll just, I think we are anyway, aren't we? Let's have a little look. Yeah, so I think I'm north, and to get the proper angle here, we just swing over to the other side. I think it's just here. So realistically, we are about to see, I think, the Southwest Airlines on this runway. It doesn't look like, does it? Is there another runway there? No. Is it this side I'm on? Let me just double check. Because I was on the right side, wasn't I? Hang on. Oh, no, I was on the right side. I was on the right side, because there is the Southwest over there. I was on the right side. Why did I think I was on the wrong side? There we go. So, the word real time, again, isn't absolutely spot on. It is, I think, the best we will get, because as you can see, Southwest over on here, Dallas, is just a bit further along. There he is here, and you can see it's actually cutting over the actual grass as well. So listen, it isn't spot on. What I would say is there's pros and cons to using the say intentions or the beyond ATC traffic, because the beyond ATC traffic, FSLTL, just flight traffic, beyond ATC and say intentions, they are good. I would say animations are a lot smoother when the aircraft are taken off, but they're still not spot on. They're okay. But you do get you still get the weird aircraft movements, like buzzing the control tower, low flying aircraft over the airport, just random movements. The only randomness I get from this is just, as I say, when the aircrafts decide to turn, they sometimes, look, you can see he kind of drifts, doesn't he? He's like drifting along. But for the most part, whatever is happening here, you can see that this is going to be... See what I mean? But if you have a look, there's those two aircraft there. 737. Also as well, one thing we discovered, or I discovered, I think other people would have known who use this, is that the liveries aren't spot on. Sometimes the aircraft aren't spot on either. We obviously had a Q8 Airlines A330neo at Manchester on the live stream, and it showed I think it was an A330 300 in the retro scheme as well, which or the older scheme at least, and so it's not 100%, but I don't think any of the AI traffic options we've got in the simulator are spot on. There is a Frontier A320neo from Norfolk. You can see again, it is not following completely. Oh, hang on, it might be that it actually took the exit taxiway, the rapid exit taxiway, just over there. So it wasn't too bad actually, and you can see it's probably about, I don't know, we were saying this last time, 10, I would say on the website it actually says 10 to 30 seconds. Sometimes aircraft are completely spot on. They're actually placed exactly where they are. And there you go. There's that little drift overwards. You can see it's going onto the grass. Some airports are fantastic. They get the movement spot on. Every active aircraft right now is on there. 757, that's just taxied out. You can see it's already on the taxi, but it's getting pushed back in a minute. It's going to Tampa. And then you can see that sort of jittery, just a janky, I don't know. It doesn't matter which models you use. Just flight models are better in terms of the modeling. FSLTL aren't so aren't rendered as nicely, but I would say probably the sounds are a bit better. Also, not all aircraft use their reverse thrusts. I've noticed. See, there you go. There's a weird animation there. You can see it sliding off. I think that's to do with it catching up to its data, if I'm going to be totally honest, because as we can see now, it is right there. So it has caught up to its actual data, or its position. So I'm not going to say, listen, it's not perfect, but I just think it's great to see aircraft as they are in real life. I love the fact that this Delta is heading out. Let's see where it's heading. Let's see where it is. It's an A330 300 heading out to Lima. Behind it, we've got a Delta 737-9. There we go. What I would say is rotations and flares as the aircraft arrive and depart, they seem a bit better than what I've seen in the past as well. They seem to be a bit more realistic. The aircraft seem to come in at the right angle and flare just at the correct moments and touch down. It's just a shame about the jitteriness of everything, you know, as you can see. Not the best. Alright, Brian, just a quick hello. This is something different. It is, mate, it is. I'm just saying, my Manchester live stream of this from last week got taken down because the people who do the music for the intro and outros decided it was time to copyright strike one of my videos, and yeah, not too pleased about that, but hey ho. Thanks for coming in, mate. I really appreciate it. But if anyone is interested in these programs, they're linked in the description. I am going to do another one from Heathrow on Thursday using the InnyBuilds Heathrow. We actually went to Heathrow on the Manchester live stream right at the end. It was quite interesting, very busy. Obviously, just as in terms of aircraft moving onto the runway and coming down on the runway, just as busy as Atlanta, but obviously just not as big. You know, we've got all of these runways being active. We've got aircraft using the parallel runways and using each to arrive. We've also got them using them to depart as well. Another Delta plane. I would guess this is probably like Heathrow is to British Airways that it is to Delta here. But there's Delta absolutely everywhere. You can see actually a Frontier Special livery. Now you'll notice, let's just have a little look. They might not be moving on there now for some reason. Oh yeah, it's because I've taken it. It's because if I minimize flight radar, it does stop. That Frontier was, I think it was that one. Funny enough, it was actually a special livery, just it wasn't the... Oh no, he is there, look. Oh no, it's a Shark one. It's not bad though, it's not spot on again, you know. It's good fun though. It's good to see the aircraft there matching up. What I will be doing for Heathrow is obviously taking you guys around a couple of the spots around Heathrow that I went when I went for my little solo trip. So I will be going to a couple of the spotter locations at Heathrow. Obviously here it's a bit different because I've absolutely never been here, but I'm sure anyone who's watching that is familiar with Atlanta could definitely pick out some of the spotter locations. CRJ 9 heading out. You can actually see it's not too far behind. The CRJ heading off to Wilmington. So yeah, right now Atlanta are using 2 runways for arriving aircraft and 2 runways for departing aircraft. Realistically, this is what Heathrow needs. Lovely 757 there. And again, you will see that they're not livery matched, and registration either. You see the registration just here for that particular 757. That's off to Tampa. I've used to see nothing but manufactured branded airliners in the sim. Yeah. Hey, there's that A330 heading off. Like I said, guys, it's not for everyone. I think this particular not fix, but this particular program or set of programs isn't a fix or something that people could use for you know, flying in the simulator, because it's not... Oh, what's that? Oh, what happened there? Hey, look at him. That's the first time I've seen it happen, any kind of weird movement in the skies. That KATL, oh, people are just like... What's he doing? It's a windy day at Atlanta. So what I can only think is the data that is being injected for that KATL is just not being injected correctly. Again, this is all being used from different users' ADS-B data, so it ain't perfect, like I said, but I don't think there's any properly perfect solutions out there. This 757 Delta again from Santa Ana. But in terms of seeing the simulator full of traffic and, okay, not perfect, but you know, airports being completely alive, it's not bad. I mean, these aircraft over here have just gone completely out of range of the airport at this point. But you know, when you get up top and you see the airport, it's also not injecting ground traffic like the other ones either, like say Intentions, Beyond ATC, or Just Like Traffic. It's not injecting the ground traffic the same. It's only injecting ground traffic that is currently active on ADS-B tracking or flight radar as well. But you know, when you look at it and you can see the simulator with all these aircraft on the stands, the airports feel really alive. There's a 737, little 737 that looks like a 700, possibly. Is it a 700 though, is it? It is a 700, nice. Spot on. Yeah, they stopped sending data when at the gate. So, but your stands and your airports still look pretty nice now. Also, this is a I think Atlanta is part of the sim, but I'm not too sure what version of the sim. I think 2024 I have the Aviator edition, so technically I've got all included airports. I'm not too sure where Atlanta is. It is. I don't know if it's part of it. Realistically, basically all those gates will be occupied when a plane leaves, so the next plane is there to take its place. I mean, it's not too bad. You know, you can have Beyond ATC, say Intentions, you know, all those programs fill the gates up completely, but you start messing with the settings there, and it can get a bit performance heavy. I've noticed this programs, or these collection of programs, don't do much to the performance. I haven't actually removed any FS traffic there at the start, so that could also might have been some kind of, it might have done something, but I know I hadn't stopped FS traffic. You'll also see as well, sometimes I'd see this thing happening here where an aircraft would get stuck, but it's not. It's actually waiting there. If you look on flight radar, this 757 heading off to Miami is just sitting there on the taxiway. And I saw two EasyJets at Manchester on last week's live stream, and they were doing this, and I was like, oh, hang on, what's going on? It would also be annoying if they land in the airport and all the parking spots are accompanied by real. Yeah, you can also see there that there's an actual aircraft inside the air terminal as well. So you know, it's not spot on. This isn't a solution to anyone who's looking to have AI traffic while also flying. This is the point. I don't know the best use case for this, except for this kind of sort of virtual plane spotting type thing, because you couldn't really do any kind of active flying with this, or at least I don't think you could. I think there would just be you know, planes wouldn't be getting out of your way. You couldn't interact with other planes, so there wouldn't be any point, in my opinion. You can see that those have just completely stopped. I thought it was actually going to stop injecting the traffic there. Also, sounds aren't amazing either. Sounds don't really play like they should do. So, you know, the sounds aren't spot on. They're not something to get excited about. I guess tower view is probably the best we're going to the best spot. If anyone else is interested, though, we also do have flight control spotter as well. Now, I've also linked this into the description, but this is made by Fabio, aka Flight Control Tools. I've linked it in the description. I think I've linked it in the description for my Heathrow one as well. But this, you can basically go to your nearest tower view. It's going to do this, but it will take you to the actual viewpoint. Now, it's not going to take you to the actual height or sort of the dead-on location. It's also going to lock onto your plane as well. But you can add your own. Say, for example, you know the locations of where the plane spotters go. You can actually set up flight control spotter to all those views as well, just by saving the coordinates. You can also go to these particular ones as well. It will take you back to your aircraft while it loads in, but you can go to any gate, you can go to any of the runways, and this is preset for every airport essentially. There's a lot of options, but then, you know, you can set your own custom points to the program and have it all saved on there. Then with the press of a button, you can go there. Let's go to runway 8 and 26. Again, it's going to lock onto your aircraft as well. But I think, for me, Flight Control Spotter is better when you start doing your own spots, creating real spots, and having the custom heights. And obviously, a big thank you to Fabio of Flight Control Tools, and also Sim Market for sending me a copy of this to show you guys. I have done an actual live stream using this. It was a bit stop and start, the live stream, but we got to a point where we're able to set up actual views. I've got a couple of Heathrow, should be already saved, so we can use those on the Heathrow live stream on Thursday for sure. But we won't go too much, because I think with Heathrow I'm a bit more... was that a go-around that we actually got? Let's have a little look. I don't think it was it? Hey, we just missed the 717 as well. So that's the first time I've seen that happen, because I think that particular CRJ actually did land. Which is a bit of a shame, because I haven't seen them do that. You can also see that the injection is actually stopped as well, guys. So this is what I was saying on the last live stream, the Manchester one. It's actually stopped injecting the aircraft, but it's also reconnected at the same time. So right now there's absolutely nothing on at the airport, but the program PSXT is actually grabbing the real traffic data right now, and you can see it's starting to re-inject all of the aircraft. So this is one thing to be mindful of. The reason why I'm doing these live streams is because I do like the idea of virtual plane spotting, but I also want to show you guys that there's a few caveats, you know what I mean? There's a few things that you should be aware of. This is why I keep on saying, if you are interested in seeing this in the simulator, and going to an aircraft of your choice, get the trial, get the paid trial, not the free trial. There's no free trial, unfortunately, but get the 24-day, as I say, 6 to 7 quid. Test it out yourself, see what you think. But the traffic cutting out, as I say, twice on Manchester. Can actually see the movement on this WestJet is actually quite good. It doesn't seem to be too jittery. Also as well, that looks like, is that another 700 or is it a 600 even? 700 CT. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's not a, to say, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I completely get that. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Have we still got? Let's have a little look. Still got movements? No, we haven't. I apologise, because it is very easy just to knock flight radar off the screen and block it, because it has to be active on one of the screens. There's a 717. Where have we missed that? Have we missed that? Seven 379. That's 717. Oh, was that overflying the airport? No, it wasn't. It just took off, but it didn't inject it. It missed that one out. Maybe there's no 717 model on the on Just Flight, which sometimes it does exchange the models, especially on business jets, I've noticed. What's that? What's this in the simulator? Because me saying to you guys, I've never seen an overflying aircraft, and all of a sudden, that's actually gone now. So hopefully, with me using some of the YouTube music library, it won't be taken down. I just really can't wait to hear back from Free to Use to see what the deal is with the Manchester one being taken down. Because I'm still completely, I'm like, I had to send an email and not be like horrible about it, just like, why is it being taken down? Also as well, that was a 767, I think. CRJ over there. But this was actually a 767. Now, I'm pretty certain the 767s on these, what am I using? Do you know what, guys? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use FSLTL and prioritize FSLTL models just purely just for the sake. I think there's more models with FSLTL, I think. So I am just going to close down PSXT for a second and let the program prioritize FSLTL. Again, it'll do all this. What I did find is that the program, so PSXT and RealTraffic has got a program. RealTraffic, you only really need to go into RealTraffic to point it towards your using PSXT and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Once you've done that, you don't have to use RealTraffic again. In PSXT, it'll say standard license, 14 days left. It's got the weather, traffic, and basically everything it's injecting as well. So once you've done all that, it's actually pretty easy to get it set up. And it is injecting everything back in now. And it looks like we do have a 767 at the gate there. You'll also hear that the sounds are different as well. Now, I don't know if it's grabbing the sounds from those particular models. Quite interesting. I've noticed it doesn't matter what model set you're using as well. You're not going to get the right liveries or the right... I've just knocked my camera. The top camera, I mean. Yeah, it doesn't matter what model set you're using. You're not going to get the right liveries or registrations. You're also still going to get the same amount of jitters on the aircraft. But, you know, the spoilers work, the gears work, they're all animated, which is pretty good. We also have a Frontier, which... Am I actually on the right... Have they disconnected again? Yeah, they have. See, this might be... And guys, I haven't been sent anything for free. I paid for the license, so these are my honest opinions, and I'm not saying go out and buy the subscription, because me personally... probably only going to use a 14-day license, or except the 24-day license. 14 days left for now. I probably won't sign up for it, because honestly, apart from sort of virtual plane spotting and seeing the right aircraft at the right airport on the right gate as well, it doesn't really serve any more purpose to me. Not for me anyway. Others might use it in another way, but I don't see any use case for it. We've had 2 disconnections quite rapidly as well. In the Manchester one we did last week, it wasn't as frequent, so you know, it's really up to you on this one. You'll see that we've seen that Shark one before. I don't know, there's multiple versions of the Frontier liveries. There's not ones I'm particularly knowledgeable in. Let's have a little look and see where this Delta is off to. Salt Lake City. We've also got the... that's from when it came in before. We have a Delta A350-900 going to Lagos, which should be pinging. It is pinging on the actual flight radar, but are we getting it on the ground here? Is that it there? No. That technically should be it. Oh no, hang on, it would be here, wouldn't it? Oh no, maybe it was it. Now, that is the one there, I think. But it's not an A350. So that's quite interesting. But FSLTL do have 767s, so... So like I said, I am going to do a Heathrow live stream. Because honestly, I enjoy doing these. There's issues, but I like doing them. It's nice to see the aircraft on screen in the simulator being matched to flight radar. It interests me. It might interest other people as well. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Heathrow will be quite fun though, because as I say, I'm fairly familiar with some of the actual plane spotting locations. So we'll do that on Thursday midday. Because obviously Thursday midday we'll have light, rather than doing it at the normal 7:30 time. Aircraft movements, aircraft movements won't be an issue at Heathrow regardless of the time, but I think it's just better doing it at midday. Tomorrow I've got another live stream. I'm doing back-to-back live streams. I'm going to do another 7:30 live stream and show you guys the new PSXT designs, Warsaw Radom. I'm butchering the pronunciation as always. It's not also in Warsaw as well. It's like miles and miles outside the city. But yeah, PSXT Design has made a pay-where quality airport for absolutely free. So definitely come and check that out, because I haven't properly explored that one yet. It's not a massive airport, but it's completely free. You can get it from St Market, Contrail. You can get it from a couple of different places, and it looks really, really nice. I've seen a bit of it. It's a brand new airport terminal as well. Oh, look, there we go. There's another one. Ah, so it's that new Delta CRJ VTOL. Look at him with his little his downward thrusters. It's a CRJ F-35 Delta Airlines coming in for a vertical landing. Go on, stick it, mate. Go on. Ah, absolute butter. That was weird. There he goes. He's gone. I think Atlanta has probably been the most buggy. There we go. Is that United with the old Continental livery? Nice. They still do fly. I saw a couple of those at Heathrow when I went. But yeah, if you are rewatching, or if you are rewatching and the video hopefully stays up, hopefully my Manchester one gets reinstated, because I'm still fuming about that. I don't know how it's got a copyright. Really don't. I'm going to be checking emails so much over the next 24 hours, because I really want to know what free to use are on about there. But if you are rewatching, as I say, please do leave a like. If you don't like the stream, then that's fine. It's, as I say, it's not for everyone, but I appreciate everyone coming in. And I think at the start of the year I did say videos and live streams are pretty much going to be sort of only ones I can get invested in personally. It's not going to be for everyone. I know that's not the way to essentially run a YouTube channel, but for me to carry on enjoying and wanting to do this, it's got to be something I can get invested in and not, you know, dislike doing. So I am going to apologise for people who have come to the channel in the past and wanted to see particular videos, but going forward I can only really say that I'm really only going to be sticking to sort of, for live streams and sort of review videos of airport sceneries and just scenery add-ons in general. I've mentioned this quite a lot in the past, but there is so many YouTubers. There are so many flight sim YouTubers out there that are the people to watch for aircraft reviews and live streams, and generally flying airliners and new aircraft, and being able to tell you what the best aircraft to get, or if the particular aircraft is good and behaves like the real one, or seasoned professionals. If it's to see scenery, airports, and see them a lot, you know, see them in and out, see the interiors, see the details, you know, getting close into the textures and seeing just how good the airport's being created, then yeah, I think I'm the channel for that. But yeah, I can't in good conscience actually get an aircraft on a live stream or anything like that and say, this is the aircraft for you. I'm not the person for it. Trailers, I'm still doing them. Cinematics, I'm still in touch with a lot of people who I've worked with in the past, and I will be doing more for those. That is absolutely a thing that I'm doing. Azor Poly, for example, you know, these guys are, you know, are going to be getting the Dassault Rafale out this year, and you know, I will be carrying on supporting those guys, and they will be supporting me. So, you know, there will be cinematics and stuff for aircraft on the channel. That's not going to change. But I have been guilty in 2025 of just grabbing anything that was offered to me, and it's not the way I want to be this year. I want to be Jesus. I want to be in a position where I'm only doing videos because I want to do the video. I can give my best review and opinion on it, rather than just saying, look, I've got this new aircraft before people, and it won't make a bit of difference because I can't give you the best review. So yeah, that's sort of the way it's going to be on the channel. I'm not going to mess you guys about with needless product reviews that just are not good. You know, you guys want to come onto a video, whatever channel you go onto, and see a particular product and be like, yeah, you know, this guy makes a good point. I can't make good points on aircraft, even general aviation. I can't actually say that I'm a proper flight simmer. I know how to do the bare minimum. Flying aircraft, smaller aircraft, general aviation stuff. There's another VTOL CRJ over there. Like I said, this is probably the worst airport. There's a lot going on at Atlanta. This is probably the most buggy tracking I've seen thus far, and I've not been to many airports to try this out. But yeah, I hope you respect my decision on the contents of the channel, folks, because I think it gets to a point there of if I continue to say, yes, I'll take that, yes, I'll have that, yeah, I'll do a video on it, either I can't get the video out on time or produce the video to a good enough quality, or I'm just, as I say, I am just doing it just because it's another free flight sim product given to me, and I don't want to do that. It's not worth it. Airports, definitely, I'm very interested in them. Again, I won't be taking all airports. I'll choose which ones you guys might like to look at, and which ones fit on the channel as well. Now, I will be totally honest. Oh no, he's there. He's there. It's fine. Started to get a bit muddled up on who was who there. That was the A350 that we saw of London before, from Los Angeles. That A321 is heading off to New York. Also, FSLTL does look like it's also got the Embraer model in there as well. We got E75 just landed, Delta. But yeah, guys, definitely keep an eye out on tomorrow's stream. Because like I say, Sovietsky Design has given quite a lovely pay-wear quality airport to the community, absolutely free. And I'll be live at the same time tomorrow, 7:30, to show that off. I've seen a tiny bit of it. It looks really well made. Sovietsky Design quality, of course. And the airport terminal is actually quite new. I believe it's only from about 2 or 3 years ago. The whole airfield itself's been there from First World War era, I think, and he has actually modelled the military base. You can't actually see it on Google Maps, unfortunately, because Google have blocked it out. It is blurred out. But yeah, it should be a good one to have a little look around. It's Warsaw Radom. It's Radom. I think it's Radom. It's Warsaw, but not technically Warsaw. It's miles and miles out of the Warsaw centre, because I've been to Warsaw. Which one did I go to? The one that's literally just made for low-cost airlines. It's again miles out the centre. Because their main airport, I think that's Choplin. That's right in the centre. You can get a tram from the middle of the city centre. This is a nice viewpoint for it, I guess. But you do have parallel runways, and they're using, as I say, they're using all 4, 5 at the minute to get aircraft out and in. You got 2 for arrivals and 2 for departures as well. Like I said, any questions, you can obviously leave a live chat if anyone's in and watching this. If there's anyone who's re-watching the live stream, do let me know. Especially if you're using PSXT and RealTraffic, I'd like to know your experience with it. I know one of my subscribers and viewers, followers, Ace Airstream, he has been using it. I think he's been getting a bit more of a better time out of it in terms of aircraft being a bit more smoother, I guess, on the ground or flying. Not the jitteriness I seem to be getting, but it is what it is. Like I said, it doesn't matter what models you use. They seem to be all quite there we go. There's another let's see, de-injection. Another timed out thing, and if I go back to PSXT now, you can see it's red. You won't be able to see it on the screen, but it's then starting to reconnect, and it's gone back. What I might do, folks, is, just because there's quite a bit of time left on the live stream, what I might do is actually close PSXT for now and possibly go to another airport. We could go and have a look at LAX. I know technically this was supposed to just be Atlanta, but to be very honest, there was a ton of Delta there. I actually didn't know it was that saturated with with Delta Airlines planes. You know, in the US we've got quite a lot of options here. You know, we can go to Chicago, we can go to O'Hare, Milwaukee, we could go over to Orlando, we can go to JFK. Let's go to LAX. That's me. Let's go to LAX. We could go to San Francisco as well. Let's go to LAX. It might be a bit more of a variation. Performance, I don't think we're going to get a lot of performance. I've got the E-Jet on here. I'm going to stick it in the general aviation bit. But yeah, I appreciate everyone who's watching now, everyone who's gonna watch. Hopefully, again, this video stays active, and no one tries to pull it down for some odd reason. I'm still really annoyed at that. I'm still really annoyed. Can't believe they did that. I honestly just hope it was a mistake, to be totally honest. If they want the video down, that's fine, but I hope the strike is taken away, because I actually really don't want a strike on the channel, if I'm going to be totally honest. You can go to, you can do something that on the YouTube Studios is called a copyright school, like they're sending you to school, like basically like when you need to redo your driving test. Almost. I don't get it, it's weird, but yeah, you can do a copyright or something, go to the school, and yeah, you can get the strike removed that way. You can actually see the FS traffic and injected quite a lot of traffic there, which was pretty cool. Live traffic, live weather, real time on there as well. Let's get PSXT on there. But yeah, I mean, either way, if they want me to take it down and leave it down, and they can give me an explanation, but I will do that school thing, because it lets me to, I think it lets you take the copyright strike away, hopefully, because that's all I'm really bothered about. I'll be totally honest, the video can be taken. The video can be taken down. That's not a problem. Do you know what? We also have a Cathay Pacific cargo coming in right now. We also have a Atlas Air as well, and a Korean Air cargo, all going out. Let's have a little look if we can see those. There's that Atlas Air. Look at that. Spot on. And there's that Korean Air cargo. And then a couple of planes behind there, we do have a 747 coming in. But yeah, we had a couple of we also have a GA aircraft there, look at that. Not too sure what's going on there, I'll be totally honest. Let's have a little look and see what that is. I couldn't even tell you guys. I don't know what that is supposed to be. I don't think I've got my... Let's have a little look. I need to check if my traffic's on here, because... should be off. 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 It should be off. Why is it? That's off as well. That's interesting. I'll turn multiplayer off just for now. But there shouldn't be any traffic in there. I know my VR settings, I did actually put me traffic on. Because I popped my brother into the Pimax headset the other day, and there was a DC-10 or something on the EasyJet ramp at Liverpool when I took off from there, so that was quite funny. That's because I hadn't turned that off. Oh, has it gone? Avianca there. That actually looks like it's spot on as well. Little business jet here, a little, I think that's a little Embraer, isn't it? What's that? So it looks like it's actually got the aircraft right. I think just the wrong livery. So we've got the Cathay Pacific cargo on its way in. There we go, guys. Look at that. So, in terms of variation, we've got a lot nicer variety of aircraft at LAX. Definitely. That is one of my all-time dreams, is to go to the to actually go to the US anyway, but to go to the in and out burger at LAX over on the other side there, and you're gonna have to hurry up, mate. This is this would be a go round in my opinion. Where's that Korean Air gone? Oh, he's on a different runway. Ignore me. There we go. Absolutely buttered that, look at that. I forgot they were using. They're using the same layout. They're using a departing runway, and they're using a arrival runway, aren't they? That technically wouldn't be going that way, would it? Or is it going that way? Why is it going that way? I thought the cargo ramp was the other way. You can also see the movement, as I say, isn't spot on. It's a bit janky, but it's still pretty cool. You know, it's I still find it cool that I was on flight radar, and I could pick out that 747 that was coming in, and here you go, there's a Delta 767, look at that. So the runways are a bit offset as well here. Oh, that Cathay Pacific is actually going that way. There must be another cargo ramp somewhere else at LAX. That Atlas Air as well is also apparently on its way out. It has been pushed back on flight radar as well. But yeah, like I keep on saying, it's not perfect. It's really not, and I don't see the proper use case of using this as a something that you'd use while flying on the simulator. I was just looking at another airport there, Hawthorne Municipal, right close to LAX. This aircraft now just about touched down on flight radar, just as I say, 10 to 20 seconds out on the injected traffic. It's actually a NA350 from Doha. Massive flight. There we go. United Airlines Dreamliner there. 787X or 10. That one has arrived from Tokyo. You can actually see it's the old Continental tail. It's depicted as the newer livery right now on the sim. Here's that KATL H350. Spot on. As you can see, the spoilers and everything open up, and sometimes you do get the reverse thrusts, you know, deploying. But there's that Cathay Pacific cargo just taxiing over past the terminals at LAX. American Airlines was actually a special livery, or 100 livery. Yeah, the sounds aren't perfect, but I don't think the sounds are great on any of the traffic injectors. The reason why I'm getting that resource thing is because I'm zooming in and out basically, and when you're using the drone camera and zooming into one of the, I've noticed with many third-party airports, my system in particular just doesn't like it. It starts to get a bit heavy, which to be fair is, I get it, because you know I can't just make it come on by doing that, but it don't get in the way too much. Look at the Emirates A380 up there. Look at that. That looks like the One World livery. Is that coming into LAX? Is it? Let's have a little look at that. Yeah, it is. Look at that, guys. Hey. You can see it's not the One World livery. I can definitely see that as the One World livery. Not the One World. It's like the eye thing in Dubai, isn't it? Statue. You can actually see it on there. It isn't the one that is coming in, but that's pretty cool that we're seeing that. Just on that, is that the Alaskan Airlines 737-800? Could even be a 737-9. That's cool. I do like that it's injected the traffic from up there as well. I've not actually seen that yet do that. Little American Airlines Embraer. You can see that the reverse thrust is actually opened on those engines as well. Just all depends on actually the aircraft. I do like that we can see the Emirates though up there. That's pretty cool. We do have another heavy on the way in. British Airways 777 coming in from Heathrow. Just before that, we've got a United Airlines A3, I think that's 21, is it? A321 Neo. That. Oh, there's another cargo hub just at the bottom here at LAX. I didn't realise that. Just over here. Essentially, it's parallel to the existing one, which is just here. There's that United A321, and just behind that you can see the British Airways 777 from Heathrow. This United Airlines A321 is from Denver. again, and this is why I find it interesting. It's not going to be for everyone. I keep on saying this. I do apologise for repeating, but I do like just seeing the aircraft at the time. You know, I can think to myself, well, this is what's exactly happening at LAX right now, and it's just pretty cool to see it in the simulator. Sure, the program's not the best at staying on, but touch wood, it hasn't happened at LAX just yet. If you do read the RealTraffic, as I say, it's linked in the video, the stream description. But if you do look at the website for RealTraffic, it will tell you that obviously it all depends on the data that is being injected into the program. So you know, not all airports are going to be spot on. You know, if I go to Liverpool, for example, I'm really looking at being there. You know, at a rush hour time rather than something like now where there's not going to be much going on. And you know, I might not get much in the way of actual traffic. This British Airways has departed 10 hours ago. You know, and it's the big one, it's the 300. And as you can see, the flight radar is showing this as a little Embraer Phenom 300. Actually, on the screen as a little Embraer Eagle, so it is trying to inject a bit of traffic here, and it's still injecting it, but it's not the correct aircraft. Which is it's okay, you know, it is what it is. I can't really complain about that. Los Angeles to Vegas, this was the departing aircraft. You can see it's done a teardrop all the way back over. Can we see it up there? Oh. You can see some traffic being injected into the skies, I've noticed. So, bit weird that it's not injecting that particular American Airlines aircraft into the sim, but again, the Emirates A380 that we saw, again making a approach right over downtown Los Angeles, and is now currently going to come in over the in and out, just over there. There he is. What I might do is head over to the in and out, just so we can switch it up a bit. You see the runways are very sort of, they are parallel as such, but they're not, you know, they're a bit off center to each other. It's a shame that the photogrammetry around this area isn't the best. There's the in and out burger there. A lot of great videos shot from that in and out. We'll sit here just on the perimeter fence. We'll be able to see the departing aircraft. Right now we've got a little jet 2, a jet 2, I think it's an A321, A320. Let's have a little look and see where he is heading. A321. You can see it's in the white livery. Which one is he? Both A321s. The one in front is heading off to New York, right over to the East Coast, and one behind it is going to Fort Lauderdale. So he's going to, again, east. He's going to over to Florida way. So both quite long flights across the whole width of the United States. Delta A321neo behind it, heading off to Minneapolis. There he is, look at that. Oi! The sounds are funny, but yeah. There you go, there's that A321 heading out to New York. And then the sounds disappear. And like you're in a vacuum chamber. What have we got going here? Bit of a pause in the arrivals on this particular runway. What's quite interesting is I honestly hadn't heard of Viva. But it'd be interesting to see if FSLTL have got that livery. Japan Airlines heading back to Tokyo as well, using the other runway. The Ava Air Cargo 777 is also on the roll to Taipei. Got nothing on approach to this particular runway. Shouldn't have moved over. Might move back now because we've got a couple of things heading out on the other runway. We should probably use we probably should just use the control tower, really, shouldn't we? Can we go into this control tower? Yeah, it's not the most detailed, is it? But we'll go above it. Can we spot the Ava Air? Is it already on the taxi on here? Doesn't look like, does it? Oh, there it is. Although it's not got any livery, that's actually one there, but there's no livery on that one. We've got a lovely United 757. Where is the A321, the Viva? Now, it don't look like they're going to actually inject this. Interesting if they do, though. 757, United 757, is heading out to Chicago. We've got a C1, we've got a C, it says the 172 Skyhawk doing an overfly of the airport. Don't think it's going to be injected into the sim, but lovely view for that one, though. How high was he? 4,000 across the top. Very lucky to have got clearance to do something like that. Now, have we got... We do have that A321. That's it over there. Will it have the Fever livery, though? Again, not one that I'm familiar with. I love seeing all the aircraft on the stands, though. That JetBlue just popping his head into the terminal there. And then look at all the special Southwest liveries here. Hilarious. But again, like I said, I do like to see that they've, you know, because the injection is based off the tracking, all the aircraft are going to the correct gates of each airport, which is great. You don't generally see... Oh, hang on. That's a... that is actually... that. Because it hasn't got that model in it, it's used that, so that's interesting. But yeah, the other traffic injectors don't generally do that. I think maybe Say Intentions and Beyond ATC are getting a bit better. Is it a Viva livery though? It is. Wow. Okay. Maybe it's just something that's been out for a while and I've not heard them. But the reverse thrusters are out and everything on that. And that looks like it's taxiing nicely in as well. It doesn't look like it's sliding off weirdly. Perfect. Love to see it. Not too sure what's going on with that Ava Air because it's a blank livery, but there is actually one there next to it. So, not too sure why it's using a blank livery, but everything seems a bit quiet now at LAX. There's that A380 heading to its stand. And again, like I said, guys, I do recommend, once you get it all set up, Flight Control Spotter. You can get this from the link below in the stream description. I'm not going to mess about with it now. We'll probably use it a tiny bit more when we do the Heathrow show, and I'll probably try and get this set up with a few more Heathrow-related spots, as in proper locations. But if you do like this kind of sort of live stream, or you like doing this for yourself, Flight Control Spotter will be good for yourself. It's in this link in the description. It's thanks to Sim Market and Fabio from Flight Control Tools, obviously the creator of Flight Control Replay as well. Right now, Flight Control Spotter has just been updated and is also available on the marketplace, so definitely give it a check out. As I say, we'll use that a bit more when we get into the Heathrow live stream on Thursday. I'll try and set up a few more Heathrow specific spots. Around Heathrow's perimeter. Myrtle Avenue, and obviously the car park near, I think, 23 right. Lovely Japan Airlines A350 heading back out to Tokyo, I believe. Sorry guys, I've got a bit of a cold as well, so everything's just nice. Everything's dandy, isn't it? Never used dandy in my life, as you can tell. But I appreciate everyone who's taking the time to actually pop in, even if it's for a few minutes tonight. And because I know it's not going to be for everyone. It's not everyone's cup of tea. For me, I love this sort of being able to capture what's going on Flight Radar. And I've had Flight Radar open and just picking out particular aircraft. Departing American Airlines A321 on the screen there, as I say, but about 10 to 15 seconds behind. American Airlines 737 heading off to Austin. Ugh. Sorry you had to witness that. But I tell you what, free to use, you better sort your stuff out, because there's no way I'm getting a copyright strike on my channel. I don't know what that's all about. The Ava Air is on the taxi, even though technically there's an Ava Air cargo livery available. They've decided not to put one on this one. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, look at LAX, all nice and busy, stocked up with planes. I mean, again, you could probably argue that this particular setup could be useful for cinematic and trailer creators to have authentic aircraft parked up at the right stands, and you know, aircraft you would see at the particular airport. So you could argue the case that that would be also a good use case for those guys like myself. Basically, look at this. We've got an ITA A330. Now, is it a Neo? Yeah, it is. So this is another thing that I'm talking about. This is actually depicted on screen as an A330 300 or 200, but we have got an A330 900 or a Neo coming into LAX from Rome. Absolutely love this livery. Currently, I did get to see one the other day at Manchester in real life, but it was only on an A320. Still quite good to see, but I'd love to see it on one of the bigger ones on the wide bodies, A350 particular as well. Looks really, really nice. Another Viva. Is that another Viva? No, I haven't seen one ever, and then next minute there's another one. There you go. That Ava Air heading in front of the... Is it heading in front of the... Oh no, it's going to wait for the Japan Airlines. But yeah, again, another way to authentically inject aircraft into the sim that, as I say, you would find at these particular gates in real life. It's not going to be something that you can fly with. You definitely, because you know this isn't linked up to the sim in a way that allows obviously the ATC to know where you are and change aircraft direction or stuff like that. You can actually see that Ava is going right across the active runway, and instead of starting its roll before the Japan Airlines in front of it, it's actually going behind it. Which I thought was quite interesting. They would have still had enough runway to take off in front of it, but it is just going right across and then circling back behind that A350. 737-800 by the looks of it. Just rolled in from Las Vegas. Again, you can see that that is a Max 8 according to flight radar, or it will be, and that is actually an 800 with the split scimitars, but it's actually, it could also be a 737-900 as well, I don't know, a little bit longer. I most likely probably won't do any more of these virtual spotting live streams after Thursday. It's very unlikely, but if I do, I will obviously share it via Discord and social media. Very, very jittery, that one, as it lifts off. Bit of a shame. I think for me, just the few disconnects and just the overall, you know, if you look at it, it's calmed down a bit, but it's not amazing. I think we're still so far from having it be, you know, really smooth and feel just part of the actual sim. It's almost like when you see your friends on online multiplayer. You know, if their connection's bad, that's kind of the animation you see, the movement of the aircraft. Which is a shame, because on the ground they actually really are quite nice. The Ava Air cargo on the way out now. My flight radar just doesn't want to load, which is fine. So off to Taipei. There's the ITA A330. This is actually A330 Neo at Los Angeles at the minute, not a 300. But we've definitely got a nicer variation of aircraft over here in LAX. Delta Airlines 737-800, just waiting on the runway. This being an actual 737-900, heading off to Vegas. JetBlue A321 heading in from New York, which you can see just there. Can I get my overlay to work? Will it work? There we go. We've lost flight radar, but my overlay works at least. That Atlas Air has been pinging quite a long time now. Got an Alaska 737 MAX 9. Heading in from Portland. Not sure if we can see that. We should really be able to see it. You know it's out completely. Oh, there it is over there. Avianca. Heading to A321 Neo. Heading to San Salvador. Lovely picture on flight radar there. Also quite a nice livery, nothing too mad, it's quite classy. Nothing too OTT. Also as well, I would say that was that an A320 or an A319 there? Here's our Alaska Airlines, is it? Hey, that could be, it's probably more, that's probably a MAX 8. Is it a MAX 9? It could be a MAX 9, you know. We weren't going to know because it's shaking that much. Could very well be a MAX 9, that. Not bad, not bad. So yeah, tomorrow guys, I'm live again. Checking out the new Zhevietsky Designs Warsaw Radom. It's a weird word to say because it feels like I want to say random, but it's Radom or Radom. It's an airport south of actual Warsaw, but I would say it's so far out of Warsaw. It's like there's two airports in Italy, isn't there? Is it Milan? There's a couple of airports. Is it Milan? North Italy, where the airports are just hundreds of miles out of the centre of the particular city, Milan possibly, and it's just laughable to think that they called that still. But yeah, we're checking out Zhevietsky Designs now. It's definitely payware quality. I've had a little look myself. I haven't checked it all out. I've only done the thumbnails as I usually do, but we're gonna have a good look around it tomorrow. It's not a massive airport, but it's quite a new terminal building, and it's a freeware as well. So it's a free. I'd say it was more of a gift to the community. It's definitely payware quality, but we'll have a little look around that tomorrow. Thursday midday, we're going to be doing the same as we're doing now. We're going to have a little jaunt around the virtual Heathrow Airport, the Innie Builds Heathrow. Have a little look around it and do some virtual plane spotting and see what we're getting at Heathrow. At around midday. Hopefully by then I'll have me Manchester stream back up, but it really depends on what's going on and what they deem to have, what I've done to have got that copyright strike. I'm not too sure why. I'm probably just going to keep it to the generic YouTube music now. It's not the best. I don't like having just a sort of generic YouTube music track on the intro and outro, but just to avoid any danger, because I don't want to be in a position to get more strikes. I know YouTube isn't being the greatest at the minute with their automated tool and how they're pulling stuff down, and you know, I don't do this channel full time, so to see other creators who are having issues with YouTube doing that, I'd absolutely hate it. I'd hate it anyway. Don't get me wrong, if I was found myself in a position where things were getting taken down and channel being, you know, disabled or even deleted, then for me personally, even though the channel's not a daily or even a weekly thing at this point, it would still be a very, very big loss for me. It would be more of an emotional loss, not even a financial thing, because I'm not making any money off YouTube at all. But I would emotionally, I think I'd get so upset with YouTube and how they'd conducted. And listen, I'm going off on a tangent there about what if, and it hasn't even happened yet. But yeah, I would get very upset. It would really make me think about carrying on with things and not battling, and I would just be like, yeah, nah. I'd probably just go onto social media and do stuff on there. I do it anyway, but anyway, this lovely China Southern A350, this I believe does make appearances at Heathrow. I'd absolutely love to see it. This livery on the A350 is gorgeous. It really is. I think is it China Southern that have just unveiled the A321 Neo, and it looks, again, it just looks so nice on that aircraft. I don't think it is. I think it might be another airline, but the A350, this livery on the A350 is so nice. We've also got a Turkish Airlines A350 just about to touch down, or at least we are on flight radar. Where is it? There it is. There. There we go. What I'd also love to see is a camera that I'm able to a camera that could actually stick on, or at least target AI. As in, is there not a taxiway there? Couldn't he have just gone down there? Has he just come in? No, he's actually departing. Why is he going all the way around there? Because if he's departing, or is he just moving stands? I think he's just moving stands. Yeah, I think he is just moving stands. I don't think he's actually going anywhere. He's got no arrival airport. I was going to say, because if he was departing, he really would have went down there and then turned right, wouldn't he? He wouldn't have gone all that way. Anyway, it was nice to see him. But yeah, it'd be cool if we had a camera that could lock onto any aircraft on screen, whether whatever AI traffic tool is being used, just so you know, it could stick onto it and the camera could move with it, you know, and you only really need to zoom in and out, like the way you can do with the showcase camera on your own aircraft, you know. On AI traffic, you could just, you know, you could probably just maybe click on, I don't know, oh god, I hate doing that. On one of the maps integrated into the sim, and you could click an aircraft and it'd automatically stick to it, which is a thing, because you can do it on X-Plane 12. If you're using global traffic, what happened there? If you're using Just Flight's global traffic, wait. Again, that is another thing, because of the data that's being injected, that is just catching up to where its location is. So, you know, you can get movements like that, but like I said, global traffic, just like global traffic, you can actually lock onto all the AI traffic. It's got an inbuilt map and you can just click on them, and the camera just automatically sticks to it, and it takes you to it and stays with it until you deselect it. It's really good. There's another lovely A350 pairing, Fuji or Fiji, with the A350 the livery, sorry, the Fiji livery and the A350. That's another good pairing. That's what I was wanting to say. The Emirates, the Dubai one there, you can see it's just decided to back up into its space. Korean 747-8 as well there, look at that. And a Korean A380 rather. It's not perfect. Look, you can see there the ITAs with an Avianca just, you know, tucked up in bed with them there, but again, I'm not gonna sit there. It's quite cool. I love how it just jacked in all these aircraft. What we might do, guys, for the next 20 minutes or so, we could head off somewhere else as well. I'm gonna close PSXT again, and let's head to. We'll stay in. So we stay in the United States. I don't know, shall we? The intention was to just stay in Atlanta, but we didn't. we didn't. So if anyone watching, I do apologise. Let's go to... I've checked out New York before. Shall we go to Orlando? Possibly. Let's park this E-Jet over there. We'll go to Orlando for the last bit. Don't forget to leave the stream a like. Appreciate everyone who's popped by tonight to have a little look at it. Again, it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's virtual plane spotting. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Wow! Look at the queue at Orlando. Wow! What's going on here? Wowee! Is that all the air traffic going out? There's another Viva. God, I've not heard of them, and I've not heard them before this stream. I just haven't. I don't know if they're a new one or not, but that is a queue, that isn't it? Look at that. Looks like they're only using and just looks like they're only using an arrival runway and a departing runway at the minute. But yeah, this is going to be fun seeing this. Is if it manages to inject all these departing aircraft, I'll get a screenshot of this. Wow. If you have kept up with the stream tonight, I really appreciate it. And if you have just been, you know, sticking on in the background, again, I appreciate it. It's, as I say, it's a fun little stream, seeing all the aircraft injected into the sim. Is this what it's like now in... Yeah, we got live weather turned on. Let's have a look. Here we go. Got a bit of a line going on it, but not exactly how it is. Come on, inject them all, come on. I don't know if there's a limit, but certainly this is what we're getting so far, which is a bit of a shame. I would have liked to have seen the program get all these in. Definitely got it. Are they using both from... Hang on, what have we got here? So that is so that's a taxiway, yeah. So why is he circling back? Looks like he's going back out. Oh, hang on, we're getting more in here. So that jet blue looks like he's heading back, maybe back to the terminal. Oh, they're also using the runway here for arrivals as well. Three right, 3-5 right. They're using that as arrivals, and 3-5 left as departures. They're also using the other one for are they using the other one for departures? No, they're also using. Three 6 left for arrivals as well. Bit more of a line forming now with the injection tool working a bit better, but the 757 doing a little bit of a skid. That 757 rather is off to Detroit. Spirit Airlines Kansas City. This Frontier is heading off to Philly. The Southwest to Houston. Delta behind that is off to New York. Nashville, the Spirit behind it. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Look at that, the retro American Airlines. Sorry guys, I haven't got any tissue. I haven't got any tissue. Oh no, oh no. Apologise. There we go. Get a picture of that. What's happened here? What's happened here? No. Get a picture of that. Look at that. Bad at all. See if I can go and grab a. Oh, did I get an email back off them? No. Oh. Thought you were hot on it then. I'm gonna go onto my flight radar and go to. Take a little picture of that. Well, that's good, isn't it? Look at that. So I think what's going on here is at the minute we've got a jet blue heading over the active runway, and things have slowed down because they're using this as an arrival runway and having arrival aircraft go over the active runway. So listen, they know more than me, but it seems like every time you're gonna get an aircraft coming in, you're gonna have an issue, aren't you? But who am I to say? Also, as well, Delta, you're right up this southwest arse, aren't you? You're not going to get out any quicker. But that's pretty cool. I love to see that. Another little screenshot there, I think. It's also a nice shot there, and you can see Miami in the background. There's our line of planes. Going out of Orlando. There's a classic 737 bare metal livery. That's pretty cool. It's a Frontier. But yeah, that's quite cool to see that line of aircraft heading off from Orlando. Have to remember to save that. Or at least upload it to me drive. So I won't be live much longer now, guys. I really need a drink. I need to blow my nose as well. As I say, I'll be back live unless for some reason I further degrade because of my man flu. And I have to just not go live because I'll look at state. But as far as I know, right now everything's still on. I'll be taking a look at Jevieski Designs Warsaw Radom. It's a recent release from him. It's actually payware quality. It's one of his, his quality airports, but it's actually free. You can get it from multiple different sites. I've linked the stream. The stream is active now. It'll be on me Discord and posted on my YouTube post, but you can get that from Sim Market as well. Absolutely free to download. And I'll be taking a look at it tomorrow. Possibly we'll do a flight into it because it's not a huge airport to look around. But again, it is quite detailed. We've got a full interior, airside, landside. We've got the military apron and buildings all modelled. So that's going to be quite interesting to see. And again, on Thursday, midday, 12 p.m. UK. I'll be heading to Heathrow to do exactly what I'm doing now. Track some of the aircraft in real life, using flight radar to show you what's going on. And yeah, I hope you enjoy seeing that because I was looking forward to this. I love doing this. Like I say, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's good to see the tool injecting the traffic in. You can see there's quite a stretch of aircraft right now. You can also see this weird sort of gap opening up as well, which you can actually see is the case in the sim at the minute. But yeah, we've got a nice orderly queue forming here at Miami. Thursday, as I say, Thursday midday, we'll be back in the UK, Heathrow, checking out the oh, hang on, now that's interesting. That is very interesting. Where has it got that from? Is it injecting? Oh, hang on. Is it injecting FS traffic? It is. I apologize, guys. I apologize. So there's this is exactly what I mean. You can see FS traffic running exactly the same time. So yeah, that was a thing. Right now there should be an equal. There should be the right amount of aircraft now. Yeah. Aerodessa, hi Brian, sorry I'm late. No worries, mate. I'll be actually packing up soon in the next couple of minutes, to be honest with you, mate. I'm still a bit peed off because, as I say, I've had a copyright strike on my channel because the guys that are normally fine with, it's a free to use website. It says basically you can use tracks for monetize as long as you give the attribute, which I always do. Sometimes I forget it, and then sometimes they will flag it. But this time they've actually, YouTube will pull the video down, and the guys have done a copyright strike claim. So I've got a copyright strike claim now, which I should be able to wipe off, even if the guys don't get back to me and say it was an error, because I don't know if this is just an automated thing by YouTube, because it's weird. Dave, good to see you, mate. How are you keeping? I'm alright, mate. I'm a bit bunged up. Everyone seems to have this sort of, you know, dry cough and throat, and I seem to have got a bit of a cold going on. So yeah, I'm a bit bunged up, and as I say, I've just had my last live stream. Me virtual plane spotting in Manchester video pulled because for some reason, I don't know, I haven't got a clue why. As I say, the guys are free to use, say you can use the tracks as long as you attribute it. I've used it for many of my live stream intros and outros, and then all of a sudden my Manchester Airport live stream got taken down. You can't see it now. It's weird, and as I say, I've got a copyright strike on the channel now, which I can get revoked if I do some, what are they calling it? They're calling it something like, let's have a little look. Finish copyright school for your strike to expire. Copyright school. But I haven't. I've emailed the guys who do the music, and I've just said, listen, what's going on here? This shouldn't be the case. That's not how it works. Usually they, as I say, will just be like, you haven't attributed it, pop it in there, and you can still monetize it. This time it's not. The attribute was in the description. They fully just completely taken the video down and banged the copyright strike on. So I've emailed. Let's see how that goes first. If not, I will have to just do this copyright school, and the video will just remain off. These shouldn't be flagged now because I'm not using their music. I'm using just a generic one off YouTube library, so shouldn't be an issue, and I'll probably just stick to that now because it saves the headache, doesn't it? I'm not having live streams taken off. I make live streams available to watch afterwards, as you know. I've lost that one by the looks of it. It might get reinstated, we'll see, but I've lost it. Let's just see what happens. But good to see you, Dave. Rodessa, good to see you. Definitely dive back and have a watch. We are just doing more virtual plane spotting with PSXT, RealTraffic and stuff like that. Sounds like a cock-up, mate. I think it was. I did say cock-up, I apologise. It does. I think it's I'm hoping it's an automated thing, and it's just flagged it, and they're going to look at the email and go, oh, no, that shouldn't have happened. We apologise, and hopefully just flag YouTube up and say, like this shouldn't have happened. I hope so. I hope there's no more complications on it. If they want to be funny about it, I just won't use the music anymore. That's fine by me. I'll use the normal YouTube stuff. That's not a problem. I'm not bothered about that. It's just the music that I've used I've used since I've gone live streaming, and it fits with the channel well. But if I've got to use the ones I've used today, then so be it. It's not a problem. I'm more concerned about the copyright strike. I don't mind the video being lost. The video's fine. I can deal with that. I'm not overly happy because I'd still want people to see it, and I went through a bit more of what the program was, how it all works and stuff, and then yeah. Anyway, we've had this one today. This one's been using YouTube stuff. There's no reason why anything would be pulled. On Thursday, we've got Heathrow at midday. So if you're around at midday, 12 p.m. UK, I've got Heathrow Airport using the same thing. But Aerodessa already knows. I'm going to rewind and watch it from the start. Cheers, mate. I appreciate it. But Aerodessa, you saw the Manchester one the other day. Dave, I'm not too sure if you saw it, but basically this is using a combination of I can use just flight models for the models, FSLTL, AIG, and then you're using a subscription-based service called RealTraffic, which basically, as you can see on screen, It's a tiny bit, I would say 20 to 30 seconds out, but if you click on here, you've got a United 757. Technically, that's actually, oh, there's the Delta there, sorry, I apologise. The United 75, I'm not too sure, is that? Where is it? It's not actually been injected there for some reason, but anyway, that's one thing I haven't actually seen them not injecting stuff. Hang on. The Delta's there, southwest. That's the frontier. Yeah, so it's actually got a southwest. No, it hasn't injected. No, there it is there. Okay, fair enough. There it is there. I was just appeared, but yeah, it's injecting real-time traffic into the sim. As I say, it's not going to be for everyone. You're not going to be able to do any serious flying because it's not linked up to ATC or anything. It's going to be more for, I'd say, you know, things like this, virtual plane spotting at all manner of airports around the world with real life, you know, real traffic. You also need a program called PSXT. The RealTraffic subscriptions are about £8 to £9 monthly. I've gone for the 24-day license, which, as I say, is just 24 days, and then I could decide to keep it if I want. I'm probably not going to. I won't have the use case for it. If I'm doing any cinematic or trailer videos, I tend just to use Just Flight or FSLTL just to give the airport a bit more life, and that's fine because I'm not necessarily focused on the traffic. I'm focused on the airport that I'm making the trailer for, or the aircraft. This is just more authentic. The aircraft that are on the gates will be in the correct positions. They will come from the gates that they did in real life. Say it's got its issues, like, as you can see, you know, things aren't spot on. And I noticed at Atlanta it did stop injecting a few times. It did it at Manchester, but it did it twice over the 2 hours. In Atlanta it was doing it a few times. I think 3 or 4 times we had it in the first hour. So yeah, you can see the doubling up there as well, you know, so it's not perfect. It can lose connection after a while. It hasn't seemed to have done it in Los Angeles or in Orlando at all. But it all goes on whether there's a lot of users injecting the data. There's also that going on there, you know. Hang on, that looks like it's a taxiway that's possibly just not. Hang on, what's going on there? That's weird. That is them. Is this a new taxiway that... Hang on. Is this a Terminal C? Is it not? Oh. I don't come here a lot, you see, but as you can see, Terminal C is just not available. So I'm assuming this is a brand new terminal at Orlando, and it's just not done. This is the default Orlando that's in the sim, and it's not made. All these new taxiways are just not made. But obviously that's not going to be... sorry guys, I keep on moving my border. The real-time traffic isn't going to ignore that. It's real-time traffic, so right now on Flight Radar 24, as you can see, they are there, but there's no terminal. So I don't use Orlando at all in the sim, so I'm guessing people who like to fly Orlando routes really find this annoying, as in that they haven't bothered updating them. You can see that actually the groundwork for it is here, but they haven't bothered to update the scenery in the simulator with Terminal C. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. But anyway guys, I am going to stop the live stream there because I need to go and get a drink, probably a nice cup of tea, and yeah, get myself to sleep. I am live streaming again tomorrow at 7:30. I'm going to be taking a look at Chevy Designs. Chevy Designs Warsaw Radom, his newest release, which is actually, I would say, definitely payware quality, but it's free. You can get it for free. I'll be having a good look around that tomorrow night, showing you guys, you know, all the interior, the military apron, everything as much as I can, and then I'll be back on real-time injected traffic on Thursday midday as well, to do some spotting at Heathrow, taking around some of the real-world spots at Heathrow, which is again interesting. I haven't been able to do it for the US ones because I'm not sure where they are, but definitely for Heathrow we'll go around the different locations where from my experience I know the spotters like to go, and yeah, we'll spot some of the real-time aircraft coming in and out of Heathrow. Again, guys, thanks for coming in and thank you for rewatching this. I don't foresee this taken down, but I am hoping to get that Manchester one back up on my channel. But yeah, I'll see you again soon, guys. Thanks for tuning in.